Shauna Cook, and I work at Multnomah Early Childhood Program in Portland, Oregon. And I am a special education teacher in an inclusion preschool classroom. School started mid-September, and we're completely virtual. We have been the whole time. We still will continue to be for a while. And I created a virtual classroom for my students because I wanted them to be more engaged in the online learning. I was in the spring sending home just lesson plans that families could do, but the children couldn't see visually what they were doing. And so I wanted a way for the children to sort of have that visual representation to go with it, and for them to have more of a choice and be more engaging for them versus just the parents getting a sheet of paper and trying to do it. So I was trying to just make it more engaging so that hopefully if the kids showed more interest in it, that I could get the parents more on board with actually doing activities. There were a few Facebook groups that were popping up that I was a part of for preschool special education teachers, and they started posting these Bitmoji classrooms. And I got really interested in it, so I started doing some YouTube video tutorials and then trying to find some free Bitmoji classroom websites that I could find with some different images that I could use. And so I just went from there and started creating a whole bunch of stuff. In my classroom right outside the door, we would have a family board. And so I wanted to recreate this in a virtual format so that the parents could still get all of that information, but virtually. So this is what I created from that. And it looks a little different than the one outside the classroom just because we are doing a few different things virtually. So if you click on any of the pictures, it will take you to a link of that image. So for this one, it's the learning targets. If I click on it, it does take me to the learning targets and shows what that looks like for the parents. And the staff one, if I click there, it takes me to the PowerPoint of our staff. The virtual classroom one takes you to the slide of the virtual classroom. Then I included a parent tip of the week, so this changes every week, and we have a different handout that we attach here. This one's on positive descriptive feedback, and it's just a one-page parent handout. And this is our social skill, and it's just a folder of everything compiled together for our social skills. So right now we're working on getting a friend's attention. It has videos we've created in there. It has the visuals that we would use in the classroom for kids to know how to get someone's attention. And it has handouts that the parents can read about how to teach their children how to get attention. And this one is our family resources. So it has like COVID resources in there. It has food bank resources. It has free lunches, stuff like that, that they can just click there and find all that information. And then the last one is our calendar. So it tells them what days we have off from school. So then if we go into the classroom, this is my Bitmoji classroom or virtual classroom that I created. It's called Bitmoji because it has my Bitmoji on it over here. Our class is only Monday through Thursday. And so it's broken down into days of the week and the daily schedule for each day.
It's very, very colorful. What I love about it is that it's like a real classroom, you know, it has a sense of like a learning environment, and it's fun, and it shows the kids like, oh, this is something like I want to do because it's colorful, and there's so many different things you can do on there.
So if we go into Monday, it'll take you to Monday's daily schedule. So each day's schedule looks the same. The links are just a little different. So first we do large groups. So if they click on this, it actually takes them to the Zoom call. So they can go straight here to get to that live preschool Zoom call that we do. And then there is a small group after that, but it's the same Zoom link. We just do breakout rooms.
When you go into the virtual classroom, you click on the large group button, and then it takes you and opens up straight to the Zoom call. So my daughter knows what button she can press to get to her classroom all by herself. And then once you get to the classroom, you know, you just press join. So that's a really nice feature that it is really all inclusive.
With me, be safe, be friendly, be a worker. Be safe, be friendly, be a worker. I got 3 rules, 1, 2, 3. I got 3 rules, sing them with me. Great job, you guys.
So we use Seesaw, which is a virtual platform where you can post activities to your class and they can do the activities. You can also send announcements that way and have comments on their activities that they do. And so we use that to get that back and forth engagement. And we hope that parents do 2 Seesaw activities a day. So that's why there are 2 on here. And if you click on the picture, it'll take you to the slide, and I've made a choice board. So each day we post 2 Seesaw activities that have to do with our small group live Zoom preschools that we did. So Mondays is around letter of the week and literacy. So we have a letter of the week activity and then a language development activity. And when they click on the link, it takes them to that Seesaw activity for the week. And then if they want to go back to Monday, they can click the arrow. And the second one is the same choice board, since those are the only 2 activities for Monday. And then there is an optional choice board that I made that if they want something more to do with their child, it's just some fun stuff. We have building blocks that I've created. It's just online. They can move the building block pieces to match the image. There's some puzzles I've created that match our book. So our book right now is Hooray for Hat. So it's just moving images to match where they go on the picture. And there is a fun movement activity that I put out here. This one, our gross motor learning target, is working on standing up and sitting down. So I did the song on YouTube that's Stand Up, Sit Down to sort of link in that gross motor for the kids. And then I also do a fun game that they can go online and play, usually around some make-believe or pretend play stuff to get their imagination going. All right, so let's just look at the puzzle. It will pop up for the parents to make a copy of it, and that's so that they can all be moving the pieces around without it moving it for everyone. Whereas if it's just everyone's using the same document, if one kid moves a piece in the puzzle, it'll move it for everyone. So the first slide of the puzzle has to do around our theme or our book, and so ours is Hooray for Hat, so they can match the elephant with the elephant, the owl with the owl, and so on. And for kids that need something a little less than that, I do have just a 3-shape puzzle matching and then a more shape puzzle matching so that it can differentiate for the skill of the child. Back in our classroom. So Monday through Thursday all look the same. The only difference are the choice boards are different depending on what 2 Seesaw activities we post that day. And then down on the shelf down here, I have links to different rooms I've made. So if we click on the books, it takes you to the virtual library. And so up in the corner, I always have our book we do the same book for 2 weeks in our classroom. And so I have that book up here that's an actual recording of one of us teachers reading the book.
When Elephant woke up, he was very grumpy. The doorbell rang. Elephant stomped down the stairs. Boom, boom, boom.
Then the other books on here are all YouTube links of a read aloud of that book that have to do with our theme. So our first theme is about ready for school. And so they all have to do about getting ready for school. So if you click on it, it just takes you to a read aloud of that book so that kids can have multiple books read to them, even if they don't have books at home to read. And if you click on this black arrow, it'll take you back to the virtual classroom. And back on the shelf down here, the art supplies takes you to the virtual art room that I have made where they can free draw. It's also where I've created an art gallery that I will post pictures of things students have done on Seesaw so that they can see what their friends are doing. Then this one is the drums, and that takes you to the music room where I have links of different songs that kids might like or different YouTube channels of kid-friendly music. And then there's also some fun games around music on there, some Sesame Street ones and other ones like that. And then this letters takes you to the Letter of the Room week that has links to different activities that kids can do also related to the letter of our week. So if you click on the letter blocks, and our letter this week is H. And so all of the images that have the little blue next to them, they can click on it and it'll take them to something different. This one takes you to a YouTube video.
Hat. Hat.
This is our Seesaw page that we use. Every Monday, I will put up the virtual classroom into our Seesaw in their journal. So when they go on first thing on Monday, it'll be there and it looks like this for them. But you do have to click this View Original down here in order for the links to work. And so it pops it up as a PDF. And so they can still navigate through everything the same way that I showed in the Google Slides. I did a survey, and the one barrier that most of them mentioned was the having to hit the View Original and not liking that it popped up in a separate window. But a lot of parents are liking it. They do like going to the daily schedule, showing their kids what they're going to do that day, and letting them choose which activity they want to do first has been really helpful for a lot of parents when they're trying to get their kids on board with actually doing 2 activities a day. I've also had a lot of parents say that they really like all the different rooms that I've put in the virtual classroom. So if they have a little bit of extra time, they can go there and give another extra educational piece that they can get from that.
You have the art classroom, you have the book room, just so many different things. It's really nice. You can learn about the letter of the week there and just, yeah.
We are all remote teaching right now, and so I did create this to offer more instruction to them and make it a little easier for families to do that learning with them. And so this was just a nice way for parents to get more engaged with it and for the kids to have some more hands-on things that they can learn with since we aren't in-person teaching. And so far, I think it's been pretty successful.
It gives a really good layout with pictures of what the kids are doing, right? So it's easy for my 4-year-old to go in and know what button she needs to press to go to class. And then if she wants to after school, she can read a book in there. She can watch some videos of some of the activity movements. It's really nice because it just makes it so user-friendly, honestly. And it's directional. So you can go through and like click on something to get to this next thing, right? And that's honestly my favorite part about it is that it's so easily used because that's what we need these days, right?